Douglas Live. Yeah.
Hello everyone, thank you for tuning into this video. By the title you kind of know what we're going to be talking about, so we're going to get straight into it. This is more of a serious video. We just want to come to you all today to basically just tell you all how we've been doing this past year. A lot of people don't know because we have a lot of new subscribers, but March 7th of last year we lost our twins, our boy and girl twins, and our 3-year-old nephew. It was due to a house fire, and we'll get into that of how that happened. But we just wanted to come here today. First, I want to say this video is to encourage other people who may be going through this, that may have been through this, or maybe will go through this, and just to show people that you can still survive, you can still love, you can still live after death, after basically a storm. So basically getting into what happened that night, March 6th, late that night, March 6th, we put the kids to bed, we put the twins in their bed, we put my nephew in his bed, and me and my husband, we were sleeping on the couch. And cause that seemed like that's what we always slept at for some reason. Like we just always fell asleep on the couch. So we were sleeping on the couch, and around about 12 a.m. Saturday morning, which was March 7th, I woke up to the smell of smoke. And as soon as I woke up, I immediately looked over there to the twins' room, and I just saw all this smoke coming out of their room. So I jumped up, tried to go down there in their room. I tried to cut the light on, everything, and it was just so much smoke I could not breathe. I stepped in the room and could not go no further than the doorstep. So at that time, I'm screaming, I'm crying. I woke Orlando up and just like, Orlando, go down there and get the kids. The room was on fire. At that point, we didn't know what caused the fire or nothing. We just knew their room was basically on fire because of the smoke. So I was like, okay, Orlando, go down there and try to get the kids. I got him up. He tried to go down there and get the kids. Every time he would go down there, he would come back up. He was gasping for air. Smoke was just coming out his mouth. Like, it was just a lot of smoke in the house. So I'm just thinking like, okay, I need to go outside and call the police because I could not breathe. I felt like I was about to throw up, and I did start throwing up. So I went outside, called 911. And then I called my daddy, and I didn't realize, I'm thinking I'm outside for only 5-10 seconds. I guess I was outside for a couple minutes because Orlando had came back outside at that time, and he was just coughing and spitting up, and we both tried to go back in the house again, and at that time the ceiling started falling in. So we knew right there that we couldn't get to the kids. And when I was outside calling the police, Orlando was actually inside trying to get down to the hallway to our nephew, Marcel. But he said it was just so much smoke. By that time, the house was filled with thick, black smoke. And we just could not breathe. We really could not do what we really wanted to do because of that smoke. So that's basically what happened when the ambulance got there. Of course, the twins, they was pronounced dead on the scene. They got Marcel out his room. The fire never got to Marcel's room. He passed away because of smoke. What is it called?
Smoke inhalation.
Yeah, smoke inhalation. So they got him out his room. They took him to the hospital, but he later passed away at the hospital or on his way to the hospital. So, you know, when they first told us that the twins had passed away, I was just in shock. I was really just in shock.
I honestly gotta say it was you know, heartbreaking for me because, you know, in an instance like that, you do have like maybe that inkling of, you know, faith or belief that, you know,
it's gonna be fine.
Maybe it's okay.
You watch all these, yeah. You watch all these movies and you see the firefighters come out with the kids in their hand. I was like, oh, it's gonna be fine. You know, they're gonna bring the kids out, but that's not what happened. So how was you feeling when they first told us the kids had passed away?
it's almost like somebody tore my heart out my chest. And I just had to just really come to terms with it, and it was like the beginning process of just realizing that they're not there.
Yeah.
But you know, I kind of as the fire, you know, descended on the room, I knew.
Because you even he tried to go through a little window, but he still tried to get through. Like, I remember you saying you cut your hand up.
Yeah.
Because he punched through the window just trying to get. Yeah, when I tell y'all, we tried to get to those kids so bad. I mean, it was just crazy. But when they, you know, came to us and told us that the twins had passed away, I was just, like I said, I was in shock. I could not believe it. I just remember just crying out and just saying, no, 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 no. And then as we were walking to the car, because they didn't, I'm not going to say they didn't let us see the twins, but they didn't really urge us to go see the twins, because you can only imagine how they look. Their room actually caught on fire. They was actually in the fire. Although the people, who is it that does the body, the people at the morgue, yeah, they told us that they did pass away because of smoke inhalation. So they didn't pass away because of the fire, although the fire did get to their body, but that's not how they passed away. So that was kind of like a release to me, knowing that they didn't have to go through that pain, you know. So I just remember when they first told us, I was just like, I just couldn't believe it. Like I said, I was in shock. And I just remember crying out and just screaming out, Orlando, it's okay, it's okay. At least they're in heaven. I just remember saying that they're in heaven, they're in heaven. And that's what we first were saying. And
but you know, as a preacher, for that to happen, and you know, you questioning, angry at God, why did you put this on me? Why me? I'm out here trying to win souls for you, and this is what you do to me. And you know, in the television interviews that we did, and you know, us telling the story, I always said that I heard my son's voice.
Oh yeah, Raleigh. Oh, and our twins' name, our girl name was Rachel, and our son name was Raleigh. And I say to this day, because the firefighter with the fire detector was trying to tell us that the kids had already passed away by the time we woke up. But I was trying to tell him, no, I heard Raleigh crying. I heard him crying. So, you know, yes, that was a very hard thing to kind of process too, knowing that it was probably still alive when the fire, you know, broke out.
But now that I go back and think about it, baby, I honestly think that in that instance, that was kind of
a goodbye.
Not even a goodbye, but kind of like a trick that the enemy puts on your mind to make you think that the kids were actually put through that type of torture. But it was, I didn't realize it until I really thought about it. God wouldn't put that on us like that. So I honestly believe that was the trick of the enemy, trying to get us to think that there was a place of pain in that room. But I think that, like the man said, the fire inspector said, the smoke had already taken them.
Yeah, and how he explained it to us is, with smoke, he said that, well, I don't know how everybody else smoke do, but with this house fire and this smoke, he said that the smoke went straight from the twins' room, because Marcel's room was down the hallway, and we was like in the living room. He said the smoke went straight from the twins' room and went straight down the hallway. Because I wasn't there. Is that what he said? What did he say to you?
It went from the kids' room and not down the hall, but it went up over the room and the hallway and down into Marcel's room.
Yeah, so it went from the kids' room to Marcel's room, and then it came back to us. And he was saying that's when I woke up. So by the time I woke up, the kids was already gone. But like Orlando was saying, just questioning God. Oh, trust me, we went through that hard. I mean, I know I did. We went through that hard, like just asking God why. Like, you see stuff happening every day and you never think it's going to happen to you. It's like, okay, Lord, we good people. We love each other. Yes, at that time we was going through something in our marriage, but we loved each other. Yeah. We loved those kids. Like, we loved God. Like I said, Orlando was a minister. I was a faithful church goer.
But we weren't, I can honestly say, we weren't in the best place in our marriage.
Yeah, we wasn't, but it wasn't bad. Like,
no.
It wasn't no type of infidelity going on and like that. We was young. We just had 2 kids at the same time. And it's like we was having financial issues. So that will put a strain on your marriage. Money will put a strain on your marriage.
We hadn't even got to a year.
Yeah, we was we married for a year yet?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, July made a year of 2014.
July 2014.
So we was just over a year, and like I said, the babies wasn't even a year yet. They was 9 months old. But it's just, you know, we would just had that question like, okay, Lord, really? You gonna do this to us? Like, out of all the people out there that don't want kids, that mistreat kids, we loved our kids. And we loved our nephew. Like, y'all just don't understand. Marcel was the love of our life. He was my first love when it came to kids. It was just, I mean, he was just that sparkle in your eye. And we loved that kid. We just did not understand why it happened. And then, of course, the enemy seeps in and he trying to make you think it's your fault. Because for the longest time, I was like, it's our fault. Like, we could have did more. Why didn't we do this? Why didn't we do this?
You always do that. You go back and you're like, man, what could I have done?
What could I have done? Could I have covered my mouth? Could I have just ran down there? And if I didn't come back out, at that point I was thinking I would have rather had went in there and died with the kids than to come out and not have them in my hands. And that's how you feel sometimes.
I think the hardest thing for me was realizing that I had to make a decision to realize that the kids were gone, and I had to go back and neglect my children and go get Marcel. Mm-hmm. Not saying that my kids were more important than Marcel, but that's the hardest thing. And as a man, you think, man, why was I so weak in that moment?
Yeah,
that's what you question yourself. You question your strength.
Mm-hmm.
You question that, but you really just have to take a step back and really realize that there was nothing we could have done.
Yeah, we did what we could do. A lot of people have their opinions. They still have their opinions of what happened at night, what we could have done differently. It was a lot of harsh comments. Like, people was really dogging us because it's like, and I'm just like, no one understands what they would have done unless they're in that situation. Mm-hmm. We can sit here and say all day what we would have done differently, but until you're put in that situation, you can't say what you would have done differently. But yeah, just the fear of people blaming me. I'm just talking about me, but I'm pretty sure Orlando felt the same way because, like I said, we had our nephew with us. Our sister was out at that time. She went out with some friends. So I just remember saying, Evelyn is going to hate me. That's my sister's name. Mm-hmm. My sister's name. She's going to hate me. She's going to hate me for the rest of her life. She's never going to let me watch her child again. Like, she's going to hate me. And that's all I was thinking. Everyone is going to hate us. They're going to look at us like, basically, y'all killed our kids. And that's basically what I felt. It's just like, that's basically what I felt. Like, everyone is going to blame us for this. But it wasn't like that. This actually, you hate to say it, but it actually has made our marriage stronger. It has made our family stronger. So it's crazy the stuff you have to go through, and not just us. We have blessed so many people. This situation has blessed so many people. People are just coming to us just saying, y'all don't understand. I was at the point of committing suicide. I was at the point of taking my children's life because I was just so stressed with, taking care of them. And y'all's story and the way that y'all can still stand here today and still love each other, still be standing, that gives me faith to know that I can make it. So that's why we're making this video. And a lot of people ask us, I know y'all not gonna probably want to have kids again, and that's not true at all. Y'all, when I tell y'all, 3 months after this had happened, we had made the decision to take my birth control out because we was ready to have a child again. Like, people would not understand, because people would say, oh, that's too soon to have kids. For each its own. Some people have to wait 3 years before they can have another child. We want another child right after it happened.
You kind of want to replace that.
And we can never replace the kids. We can never replace Marcel. But that love, you want that love back in your heart. So, yes, we are in the process now of trying to have kids again. And at the end of the day, we just going to get it to God, because it don't matter what we do, how we do it, what position we do it in.
That's true.
It's God's decision to give us life. He's the only one that can give life, and He's the only one that can take life. So we just waiting on God, and just getting back on other feelings that we was having with the devil trying to seek in. I was thinking, because even after everything had happened, we was still kind of getting in arguments about little stuff, and the devil seeked in. He was like, Jaleesa, that's the reason why God took your kids away. He wants you to divorce Orlando. Y'all wasn't meant to be together. Now you have a way to get out of this. You won't have kids to keep y'all molded anymore. Divorce him. And that stuff is real. That voice will talk to you and try to discourage you. You get what I'm saying? But I was like, no, devil, not today, devil, because I know this is the man for me. I love him. God has put us together, and nothing's going to separate us. This is a test that we have to go through, and it's a test that we're going to pass. I pray to God it's a test that we never have to go through again, but it's a test that we have to go through, and a test that we have to pass.
In the process of, healing through this past year, I questioned God. I said, God, why? God, why? Why? But He questioned me, and He said, why not you?
God is no respected person.
Why not you? Why shouldn't you go through this? I made you. I made those children. I have the power to give, and I have the power to take away. Now, why not? Why can't it be you, and something that happened to you be something that saves a life or changes somebody's mind? Like my wife said, changing somebody's mind from suicide, making them love their family more. This thing drew a community together like I've never seen. It's people in, other states that saw our story and just said, man, y'all story really touched our hearts, and it brought us closer together. It brought even churches got together and got themselves together, because they realized that life is
short,
way too short for you to have a grudge, for you to have malice, for you to be mad about some not making a bottle or not taking trash out or something like that. It's all about love. The greatest gift you can give someone, the greatest thing you can do is love somebody, and you have to love them unconditionally. Even when it's a lot of weight on you, a lot of pressure, you still have to remember that you have to love that person even beyond your pain. Because, not to sound preachy, but the Bible does say, love one another as I have loved you. And God loved us beyond our faults, our things that made Him angry, but He still sacrificed Himself for us. So why not you to go through something to help somebody else?
And that's so true. Like Lando said, life is short. Parents out there, it's hard. We know we had 2 at one time, it's hard having kids. They
4
stress
o'clock in the morning.
They stress you out. They make you want to cuss. They make you want to cry. They make you want to slap them upside their head. But the thing about it is, you have to just breathe and know that they are gifts from God. It don't matter what situation you in. It don't matter if you married, if you're not married. It don't even matter if you a man and a man who adopted a child or who had somebody to birth a child for you. They are a gift from God, and you cannot take that for granted. You can't take these kids for granted. I believe that kids at that young age, they are angels. They are angels on earth. You get what I'm saying? Because they're so pure. They do no wrong. So at a certain age, you can't treat those kids any kind of way. You have to love your kids, and not just kids. Your wife, your husband, your mother, your father. You know, life is too short. If someone done you wrong, if you feel like someone has a grudge against you or you have a grudge against that person, love on them, pray for them, and ask for forgiveness. That's the only way you're going to do it.
And above all things, forgive them for what they did, but take a moment and just forgive yourself.
And that's what we had to do.
Really.
We had to forgive ourselves for putting that burden on us that we did something wrong. And that's another thing I wanted to touch on. I had went to a women's retreat, and that women's retreat really helped me out. The lady was talking to me and she was praying for me, and she was just like, Jaleesa, you know, you have to release your kids back to God. And I never thought about that. You know, I never thought about releasing them. What do you mean by releasing them back to God? We got them Christian when they was first born. Isn't that what I did? And she was like, no. You have to say, Lord, I release Rachel back to you. Lord, I release Raulil back to you. Lord, I release Marcel back to you. And when you release them back to God, God can come in and replace that pain. And y'all, any situation y'all going through, release it to God. It don't matter if it's school, work, relationship. Release it to God, because that's the only way God can come in and work that thing out. You have to release that stuff back to God.
He's the only one that can carry the weight.
He's the only one. And he would not put more on you than you can bear.
That's so true.
Because we still here, that we are a living testimony. God can't put more on us than we can bear. We're still here, we're still standing, we're still strong, we still love.
And even if, and see, it's gonna when it hits you, you're gonna think you can't bear it. But you're not the deciding factor in what you can bear, because God measures every man, every woman. I say man because general, but he measures every man, and he knows just how much you can take, even when it seems in your mind that you're gonna break and everything is gonna fall apart. Because at the time when we were you know, when the kids were alive, we had our problems. And me personally, I was in a state of depression. Preachers go through depression. I was in a state of depression of, man, we always arguing. I don't want to do this no more. I don't even feel like living no more.
And I didn't even know that. I didn't even know he was feeling that way. I knew we was going through a hard time, but I didn't know he was feeling that way. I mean, I had got to the point of, I don't even want to come home. Like, the only reason I'm coming home right now is to see my kids.
And that was my thing too. The only thing that helped was really holding us together was those kids. And this is key in a marriage. You cannot let kids be the only thing that keeps you together. I know that sounds crazy, but at the end of the day, if y'all hating each other, man, if y'all hating each other, fighting each other, okay, but that can't be the only thing. Y'all have to find a way to fix it and love on each other, man. Love on each other. I can't stress that enough, because after those kids passed, we realized what we had, because we became pillars of strength for each other. When I'm feeling down or when she was feeling down, there was always that thing of encouragement. I think God really put us through this to make us stronger for this next thing in our life, and this preps us for everything that comes our way. And it might be something that you're going through yourself right now as you're watching this video, and you're saying, man, I feel like giving up. But it's God is gonna take you through it, man. We witnesses. It feels like it's rough, it feels like it's tough, but I just encourage you, we encourage you to just hold on, man. Just hold on, because God gonna take you through it, and you gonna come out for the better. We've never been strong. We can get into an argument now, but at the end of the day, we still best friends. We still holding each other up, and
y'all, we're sorry. Our camera had ran out of memory, so we had to delete some stuff off our phone. But like I said, this video is just to encourage anyone who is going through out there.
Yeah, man, hang in there, man. It looks rough, looks bleak, but hang in there. I don't care what's going on in your life. If you got problems with your mother, father, sister, brother, husband, wife, man, just hang in there. God is going to take you through it. We're not going anywhere. We're going to stay right here together. And I encourage y'all married folk, hang in there, man. Stick with them. Stick with them. Love y'all.
Yes, I love y'all to life. Please subscribe to the channel. We do vlogs every Sunday. I try to post them by 9 o'clock. Sometimes it be a little late, like this vlog is going to be a little late. But please subscribe to the channel. Please like this video. Please comment. Anyone who needs prayer, just comment below. You don't even have to say what you need prayer for. We'll just pray for you. We're here to encourage people. So y'all continue to pray for us and just keep us uplifted.
We'll definitely pray for y'all.
Yes.
And even if you've gone through something like this, you know, just comment, leave a comment below and share, man. Across this nation, you know, we all need to support each other. Song says, I need you, you need me. We definitely need each other. So like, comment, share, subscribe, and above all things, love on somebody today.
The right way.
Well, babe,
you gotta love on people the right way.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you can love on people the right way. If you're married, just love on them. She crazy. But,
anyway,
you know, I'm talking about, you know, just love them with that spirit of love. I love you.
I love you too. Okay, anyway, y'all have a blessed day. A blessed day. Y'all have a blessed day, and we'll talk to y'all later.
Well, grace is part of it.
You messed up my piece.
I'm sorry.
Peace.